7 playthroughs at once. How do you keep track of all of them? The combinations are just mind-boggling. I can't imagine all of them. And it's still not auto-switching over. It's making me very frustrated. Would you talk for a second, please?
Yeah, of course.
I need to write it down.
Hawkeye said I have a list. I'll bet you do.
Do you have a spreadsheet?
I
would have a spreadsheet, for sure.
Good evening, everybody. And
hello.
yeah, just... The design, the scale of this thing just boggles the mind. Because I do game design. I know what decision trees are. I know what's up. And no. This is some fourth dimensional matrix shit going on right now.
Really impressive.
Oh my god.
Hello everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to did we stream last was the first
Last Wednesday was you stomping up and down on the prospector and the fisherman's nuts going, how you like that?
Okay.
How you like me now?
But was it the 1st of December or was it the 30th of November?
I believe it was the 30th of November. So pinch punch, 1st of the month. White rabbits, white rabbits, white rabbits.
Something along those lines. Welcome to the 1st of the December streams. As you could probably tell by
Thanks,
the
Rebecca.
lovely scenic. Is it scenic if it's in audio? Naomi, weigh on the first of the Christmas happy holidays thematic music was up and running, and I will find the button for it any second now, and then I will share with you the credits for the fantastic music. There we go. There's Lillian's credits.
I did actually used to have the Star Trek Original Series 3D chess set.
Where did that get?
That was extremely broken for me.
I would like to see y'all play 5D chess.
Yeah.
I don't understand the idea of multi-dimensional chess, because 5 dimensions is tesseracts. You're like traveling through time at that point. And I'm like, no, just no. Hello. Welcome to Wednesday. How is everybody? It's -2 degrees outside. It's cold. I kind of wish that we could put all of the food in the refrigerator that is not working and is currently in insulated bags outside if I had an outside, because it would be colder. Our refrigerator's still broken. It's not likely to get replaced before Christmas. This is not
possibly before 2023.
It's going to make it very difficult to have my favorite holiday tradition without a refrigerator.
What is your favorite holiday tradition?
The adoration of the baby cheeses.
That is not going to be difficult at all. We have ice packs and an
I'll just have to eat them all.
You just have to eat all of the cheeses.
All of the cheeses. Yes, exactly. You were ill again.
I'm so sorry, Rebecca.
That's horrible. I'm sorry. I keep it all in my belly. That's what's going to happen. Milk on the outside of their dorm room windows.
Just
right?
what I was about to say.
Totally valid, except for we're too many stories up with too skinny windowsills to make any of that work.
The only things that ever came out of the Nottingham corridor windows were little plastic bags of milk in them, and that time the Irish Pete turned Oasis up to maximum volume and went out on the Raz and didn't come back and locked his room. So, for those of you who don't know, the Adoration of the Baby Cheeses is a reference to an old card game by Cheap Ass Games, James Ernest. And it was a great fast food restaurant simulator called Fridays, where you would assemble the different ingredients for a fast food order, and depending on how many times people had tried, you would drop ingredients out or do substitutes. It was fascinating. Have a good evening, for rats. We'll see you in Valhalla. And then they produced a thematic holiday menu, and one of the favorite items from that menu was the Adoration of the Baby Cheeses. And it's a thing now. It's a thing now.
Because during Christmas, they sell all the cute little flavored cheeses in the little wax wrappers in different shapes, and I eat them all because I love them. Because I will take down any cheese board you put in front of me.
Hell yeah.
With no guilt whatsoever.
None of this butterboard nonsense. No. Give me a fucking cheese board with fucking crackers. No. Maybe grapes if you're feeling nasty.
Definitely. And fruits and vegetables.
And chutneys.
Sure, why not? You can't go wrong with cheese. That's my desert island food. That's my answer. What is the only food you would take with you on the island? Cheese. All of them. Just all of the above.
Is it N.K. Jemisin who has made it her mission through Skyrim to acquire all of the cheese?
Every piece of cheese. She has basements and houses full of cheese, and I'm like, that is a goal. I totally admire that.
Just thousands of hours in Skyrim, just going, very well, I have retrieved some more cheese. Take it back to the cheese room.
Throw it down into the cheese room. Yes, exactly.
I can definitely go wrong with cheese, but that's your GI's track, not mine.
Funnily
yes.
enough, this is a conclusion which I was starting to come to myself
When he's
a
like,
little
but the
while ago.
cheese responds. It's a never-ending quest. I know. It's perfect.
And then we realized the fridge has probably been broken for like 2-3 months.
Yeah, it may have been subpar for a while. So maybe I'm not allergic to milk anymore, and I just was having bad milk. Who knows? We'll find out later. Hey, how many things do we do on this stream?
Oh, normally we do 3.
You
How
want to
about I
tell
go
them what
through
they
them?
are?
Yeah, of course. The first
I'm
thing
gonna
we
stick
do
my
on this stream
Is this nonsense?
is this shit.
Whatever this is.
For as long as it continues to amuse everybody. So get comfy.
Mhm.
The second thing we do is the opening monologue. This is a chance for you to get situated, take any meds you might need, make sure you're hydrated, eat some food, make sure your pets are squared away, make sure your partner is chasing the Roomba with the laser pointer on it.
Or in the case of this particular game,
Jeffrey.
make sure you have something plushy to hide behind when it gets scary.
Witness Jeff,
Jeffrey is on standby for today.
your God Shark.
But the other suggestion from Ducky, which I have not taken up on, I might next time, is to put a hoodie on backwards so
And
that
just
the
shove,
hoodie's in front of me and just fill it full of Christmas plushies. I may do that next week if things get super spooky.
Yes. So, normally the opening monologue is from our house band, the magnificent Mr. Nate Crowley.
And today is no exception.
Author, bon vivant, jazz maverick, father,
Occasional Roman ghost.
occasional Roman ghost. Nate's the fucking best, and this is one of his. This is a pretty good one. Then it begins.
As these
Scarlet
things
Hollow 4
often do.
with a content warning because
Oh,
the content warning for Scarlet Hollow 4 is burly.
yes. So
with a capital B.
So what we'll probably do, because of the new way that ads are running, for those of you who haven't been with us for a while, Twitch has changed around ads. One, they're more transparent. We have more control over when they run so that we can work them into our content. But two, we have to run them a touch more often so that we maintain that level of control. So what we'll probably do is the opening monologue, and then we'll take a quick ad break during which we will encourage everyone to get a drink, get a plushy animal, and take a look at the content warnings, because for chapter 4, they are intense. And we just want to make sure everybody is making good decisions about what they do and do not want to engage with this evening. And that's the second thing. And then we'll take a little break. And then there will be shenanigans. Because we're probably going to need brain sorbet for the next several
For those
weeks.
of you who are new, shenanigans was invented in the very early days of the stream, which I believe is now its 3rd year. I think we're in year 3.
I haven't done that.
Because we used to do a whole bunch of creepypastas, and we did basically all of the search and rescue ones, which are both brilliant and fucking terrifying. So when they finish at midnight on a cold winter's night in the middle of a global pandemic, and a door in your apartment opens when it shouldn't, or perhaps slams when it shouldn't, it takes a little while to wind down. So with that in mind, basically,
Right, Ozzy, they are. I read them to Alistair early, and we're like, oh boy.
basically, shenanigans is brain sorbet.
Yes.
It's like watching a cartoon after watching a horror movie.
It's
It
making sure
flushes
you
your
go to
brain.
bed with not on nightmare fuel. So
Yes.
that's how we will in fact wrap up. So let us kick things off. Should we talk about scheduling?
Yes.
Or let's talk about scheduling as part of the shenanigans, because that
Alright.
will be more non-nightmare fuel. So let's get started with our opening monologue, which, as we mentioned, is from the most amazing Mr. Nate Crowley, and it is entitled, I am fairly certain this is the plot of The Witcher 3. Just to say, there are some content warnings for Witcher type content. So monsters, murder, references to sex, swearing, and violence. I would also just say that Nate also illustrated this particular shenanigan opening
did.
monologue. So, if you're really into MS Paint art, you might want to click on that link and follow along. Shall we roll?
Yep.
I am fairly certain this is the plot of The Witcher 3.
There was definitely a pirate ship.
I am one of those people.
I love the idea of The Witcher 3. I enjoy playing the game even, but I seem to be cursed. Every year or so I sit down to play it full of resolve to see it through to the end, but every damn time, despite finding myself increasingly drawn into its meticulously crafted fantasy world, and despite reveling in my role as a sort of ultra-violent Hagrid within it, I only ever manage a handful of hours before getting distracted and drifting away from the game. By the time I've got the urge to come back again, I've forgotten what was going on, and so I start again, like a gaming Sisyphus, forever pushing a grumpy mutant up a hill.
I've played the start of The Witcher 3 5 times now. And so, to commemorate its 5th anniversary and my impending, inevitable 6th attempt at playing it, I've decided to see how much of the game I can remember and synopsize here, without cheating and Googling anything. I'm going to try and do this in one take, so I can't second guess myself, and I've even done some illustrations.
God help us all.
To help with your immersion in the tale. So, are you prepared? Let's go.
The plot of The Witcher 3 explained. Gerald Rivers is a witcher. He's a bit like a Jedi crossed with a pest control man crossed with a fight. He's miserable, battered right up, and usually pretty horny.
Okay, all of those things are very valid.
He wears a special necklace of a spiky wolf because it's the symbol of the school he lives at, where other witches, who I think have to be orphans, get trained in which buttons to press to block during fights. The game opens on him having a relaxing bath, but his girlfriend, who is a wizard of sorts, decides to have a bit of a lull by putting a scorpion in with him. Gerald isn't amused by the scorpion, but slaying it makes him predictably horny, and I believe they have sex.
Actually, I do believe she throws the bed out of the tower window, if I remember correctly, because you find it on the ground later on. Anyway, he's then hauled out of the shag zone by an even more miserable, even older witcher who forces him to race a child through an obstacle course.
The race does not finish, however, because a massive flying pirate ship appears in the sky.
It's not a pirate
And beside
ship.
it there are a load of guys like the Lich King off of Warcraft, doing wheelies on their horses in mid-air. These fellas are the Wild Hunt, and they're in the game's title. Here's the main idiot of the Wild Hunt.
It's not a pirate ship. Anyway, the Lich King steals the child, and Gerald is very pissed off. That also isn't what happens. So he begins an adventure. There's a really good cutscene of Gerald absolutely canning it across the landscape on his horse, spliced with shots of his wizard girlfriend on a big mad battlefield. I'm confused by this in retrospect because I thought she had just been with him and he had his sexy bath, but perhaps we've jumped elsewhere in time and now she's done a runner? Anyway, Gerald is very anxious to find her and presumably the child the Wild Hunt nicked, so he properly Aragorns the site of the battle, sniffing at footprints and stuff until his special Witcher vision shows him a clue. I think his wolf jewelry glows yellow when he uses his powers.
This is Gerald's horse, by the way. And
Which
there is
looks like a camel with a mohawk and a knife.
going, "Arrgh."
It is delightful. Gerald's instincts lead him to a town, which is in the middle of a war. He asks some people in a pub about his girlfriend, but they are meatheads and are bigoted to him, and so he has to sword them all up instead. There's like a whole set of... Like, if you watch the TV show, you know why. Anyway, but at least he learns to play a collectible card game. Also true. There are ghouls hanging around on the outskirts of town because they love the corpses from off of the war, and there are frog dudes in the water who try to strangle Gerald because they are angry at having drowned and want to see how he likes it for a change. A dwarf calls Gerald a C word.
Then he's sent out into the countryside to have a chat with an army man. The army man won't help Gerald until he beasts a griffin that has been eating all the businessmen who tried to come to the town. So Gerald gathers together loads of herbs and spices to brew up potions and that. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm almost certain Gerald acquires an actual gun. Gerald waits by an old windmill for the griffin to show up. And it's worth the wait because it's an utterly sick piece of creature design. Gerald doesn't care though. He just shoots it right in the ticker with his Witcher gun.
There are no Witcher guns in the game. But there's really awesome I can have a whole discussion about builds. And, yeah. Well, after that, things get a bit hazy. Hazy enough already. I think there's a cool old woman you visit to get more herbs and stuff, and she's got a long laundry list of local monsters for you to do in. One of them is some sort of turbo ghost who lives in a well and then comes out of it all on fire to absolutely dismantle people. Gerald beats it up, but then feels a bit bad about it because I think it was a girl whose husband strangled her when they were meant to be getting married or something and then chucked her in the well. That's kind of accurate. Anyway, Gerald's not a bad sort because she's been able to rest at last.
I think the Wild Hunt men show up in their big ship again, and one of them points at Gerald. They both get really cross, and that, I am afraid, is all that I really remember. Alice B told me earlier she's fairly sure the Wild Hunt don't have a pirate ship. And I have since remembered that the last time I played The Witcher 3, I was on a massive dose of painkillers because my knee was a disaster. But I'm still certain there was a big flying pirate ship. I guess I'll have to go back again and find out. In the meantime, though, I hope I've impressed you with my powers of recall.
Yes, you have, Nate. Disclaimer for Witcher superfans. I am not dissing the game. It is very good from what I've experienced.
His name forevermore is Gerald Rivers.
Gerald Rivers.
Liam Hemsworth is taking over as Gerald Rivers in The Witcher Season 4.
And I agree that tonight's gender is Turbo Ghost. And no, he didn't get any of that right.
Season 4,
There's no pirate
where
ship.
he finally gets his Witcher gun.
Yes, exactly. And they're apparently remaking the first and probably the second games to be the same open world sandbox as the third, which is great because I never got to play the first and the second games, so I'm looking forward to that.
So that's 600 hours locked up, isn't it?
All over again. Yes, between that and Space Skyrim and Dreadwolf, I'm set for like the next 5 years worth of gaming content. It's perfect.
I might actually get to play Starfield before you do, because you'll have 5 other things.
We might need a second television and a second PlayStation if the two. If I'm sorry, but if Starfield comes out anywhere near Dreadwolf, you lose. And I love you very much, but no.
But Dragon Age.
But Dragon Age. Wait, I've just noticed your T-shirt. Yes.
Oh, have you?
There we go.
Good.
I know, Zalia. I know. My backlog is just... It's like my TBR pile. We just don't talk about it. It is a conceptually unlarge, gigantic thing. Horizon
Forbidden West is fantastic.
Is lovely.
I am 50 hours in. The first 30 hours are the cold open.
Right? And you just finished Watch Dogs Legion 2, and you haven't even started Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and yeah...
Watch Dogs Legion is very strange and quite broken, and the whole you can recruit anybody thing means that all the voice acting is a little flat, but the writing is really, really good, largely because the AI who runs your team is incredibly sarcastic.
Wendy is obsessed with building all the roads in Death Stranding. Of course you are, Wendy.
Welcome to my world.
So you're welcome to Chapter 3, where you're going to spend the next 100 hours not advancing the plot and building roads, right?
The last time, I'm frightened to open it. The last time I opened Death Stranding was before we went to Italy, and I'd been in there so long, the roads I'd painstakingly built had begun to erode.
Oh, no. And I agree with you, Ozzy. I love how this text referenced how casually horny the Witcher franchise is. Yes, very much so.
And then there is the sex.
Yeah, well, casually horny. Yes. Precisely. Exactly. Zip lines. So many zip lines. Wait till you make the little robots that you can like stand on and will zoom you around and you can like snowboard down hills.
Have you got the
Hey, Dr. Luke.
Have you got to the cargo trousers yet? Because I've almost got to the cargo trousers.
Stuffed unicorn rumpy puppy. Yeah, we're just gonna cold sell the cargo trousers and move right on.
No, really? Okay. Fair enough.
Very cool.
Okay.
I've got the cargo trousers and the happy little carry
Happy
boys.
Little carry boys.
Right. We're talking
Sleep
all
well,
of them.
Rebecca, so feel better.
Have a good one, nice. I follow someone who's modding Skyrim heavily. Today he found out someone made a whole ass 9,000 lines of fully voiced dialogue mod to let companions talk. Ooh, that sounds fantastic. Have a good night, Becca. Take it easy. Shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's try and start with a recap.
I'm sure there will be a recap.
Yes, well, I hope there is. But first things first, for the chat, we have created our own dramatis personae as we've been going along to help us keep track of the characters and maybe remind me what voices I tried to do for all of these various different captions.
There's a reason we both have tea.
Yeah, we've got tea, I've got water, we're good to go. Stitch, there is a recap option in the game. Okay, cool. That's good to know. So, before we dig in, why don't we do this? We are going to remind everybody about the very, very, very extensive content warnings that exist for Scarlet Hollow, and specifically Chapter 4 of Scarlet Hollow. This is also a reminder that this is a branching narrative game, which means all the events that have content warnings may not be things that we actually encounter, and that the content warnings may include spoilers. But if you need them, they're there, and I'm just going to read off the headlines here. Phobias, death and dying, horror themes, mental health and trauma, sexual themes have been added for chapter 4, sound effects and violence. There are also animals and children in peril, flashing, glitching, gross food, emotional manipulation, non consensual drug use. We think we all know who that character is. Substance abuse, swearing, and unreality. So, if any of those are things you need to know more about before you make a good decision about whether or not you want to stick around, take a moment and go through that link. And to help you out with that, we're going to take a little 2 to 3 minute ad break now. If you don't have a beverage or a stuffed animal, this is a good time to get one. If you need a snack, if someone in your household needs a snack, if you need to double check if you've had your meds today or need to take any vitamins or anything, this is a good time to do it. We're going to run a short 2 minute ad break so that we have a nice long chunk of time to run the recap. Help yourself to the content warnings, and we'll be right back. He says, trying to push the buttons. I think this will go to an ad break. Let's find out. Let's see if it was smooth and cool. So the ad's got about 45 seconds left to run. Do you want to squish in here with me?
This is pretty much as close as I can get and be comfortable. This is pretty much as close as I can get and be comfortable.
If you're comfortable. Should I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just move it. Okay. Scarlet Hollow theme, my beloved. I know, the music for this game is so very, very good. It's been a while since we played, everybody. Yeah, this content warning is very, please pay attention. It's as close as you can get while hiding behind this shark. Yes, I'm prepared to hide. Alrighty. Hopefully everybody can hear this okay. I think the theme has... Oh, I clicked the mute button. There we go. Now I can hear this one. Thank you very much, Wendy, for the reminder. So, again, we've got several folks in the chat who are willing to help out with content warnings as needed. We've got the game music turned down at a pretty good level. Hopefully everybody is hearing us over the top just fine. And with that, there we go. Yeah. You won't be able to save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself.
We are apparently a little quiet compared to the music.
Okay, thanks. I think what we're gonna do is I need to get you a little bit closer up to the mic. You see how your face is being cut off right there?
I don't know what else to do, man.
There you go. No,
Because
that's great.
I'm right here.
Exactly. That's what I need you to do. There we go.
Okay, that's
All right.
in my eye line, so I've got to move. That's about as good as I can get.
That's perfect. All right, so if we're still a little loud compared to the music, I'm going to turn the music down even more. And I might, give me just a second, folks. I might actually boost us up a little bit to make sure we're coming in good.
How's that?
Da, 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 da. All right, I gave us a bit of a boost there. Let me give us a little bit more of a boost. We deserve a boost.
As a treat.
As a treat. Let's take us up to 1.
That house is definitely getting more messed up every
Alrighty.
time we're here.
Hopefully
you know
that's
that,
gonna
right?
help a little bit. It does. And I can't tell if it's anecdotal or not, but looking
not.
at it, I'm like, it looks like it's fallen apart even more, right? Like this window's starting to buckle. The little debris falling has always been there, but I would have to go back and like look at another version of it. But it sure looks like the house has gotten more decrepit. I mean, to be fair, so are the characters. Yeah, very, very, very much so. Yes, exactly. I can still hear the music, but you're nice and clear. Great, thanks so much, Wendy. Alrighty. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to take a quick reminder of the controls. Advances dialogue. Why would I advance the dialogue? Navigate. Escape is the menu. H is hides the interface. And... okay, fine. All right, let's load up where we last left off, which I do believe was here because it see how it says end.
Yeah.
Midnight 15 in wins. In H is sometimes useful. Yeah, I like being able to get the HUD going so I can see. Alrighty, let's log off. Y'all gave up years after chapter 3, right? Yes. All right, recap time, right?
Okay. So, we have returned to Scarlet Hollow, that small town in the Appalachians where our family was raised, and we very carefully were not. We have come to assist in the burial of our aunt, and have instantly fallen in with Tabitha, who is our cousin-in-law surviving local family member. Tabitha is awful. She's a bully, she's abusive, she's grumpy, and she seems to live off mouldering mac and cheese and very little else. But Tabitha also appears to have context for why she is like she is. She has been left alone with the family business, a family business that we have begun to discover is built on a foundation of blood and horror. And she's still awful, because someone can still come from tragic circumstances and still be awful. But we have begun to understand why. Along the way with our several days in town, we have encountered a whole mess of friends, including Oscar, the local librarian and dad bod owner,
Yes.
Whose haunted house was the scene for the most recent installment, where things went very, very sideways.
And we learned that, like, there's some sort of ghost that wants revenge and wanted to be appeased, and Tabitha wouldn't give up some of her life for it, so we did.
So, that's going on. We also have a whole mess of local friends already, almost all of whom have names I have completely forgotten.
Oh, well, that's why we have the
If only we had a dramatis personae.
Right? Exactly. To refresh our memory, and I've got it open too, just in case I have to remember what's going on. So it is probably the morning after.
At the end of the last installment, what became apparent was that the ghost that is haunting Oscar's house, which is also conveniently the local library, wanted something.
I mean, we didn't forget them. We know who Dustin and Gretchen. Don't worry.
The awful, awful truth is that this family have exploited the town for decades, and the ghost wouldn't leave without taking something in return. What it wanted was time. Years. Tabitha refused to give them. We didn't.
Yeah.
So we have been aged an unknown period of time.
Exactly.
Permanently.
And we know several of you have already played Chapter 4, so just a reminder, no spoilers, please. We are playing this for the first time, and the lovely, lovely wiggle emojis are there for you to, you know something we don't know, and that's fine, but please don't be shouting commands or suggestions or what's going to happen next in the chats. We appreciate that.
Also, in my experience, spoilers are very, very similar to self-promotion, in that if you feel like you're not saying enough, you're probably still saying a little too much.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. Here we go. We're going to load up and see what happens. So
Stella has just texted us with, sorry.
So my explore option is call her. wanna call her. I like
Let's call her.
explore. Okay. Reminder about mechanics. Anything that says explore means that it gives us more context and we can do things before we make a decision with any of the dialogue trees. So we're gonna try and call her. She's probably not gonna answer, but let's try.
You call Stella, but it goes straight to voicemail.
Okay. Take all the time you need. Do you need to talk?
I'm sorry when I let that ghost hurt you, because the ghost puppeteered all our friends, including Gretchen.
I'm here if you need me. I thought proving ghosts were real would be exciting for you. We don't have time. The ditchlings are still out there.
Get a grip, Stella. You're not one turned old by a ghost.
Yeah,
Leave her on read.
Yeah, let's not. And you'll notice that our vision is
a little faded.
A little cloudy now. Let's see, what are we thinking? Yeah, there's so many rude options for the dialogue.
I'm thinking either do you need to talk or I'm sorry when I let that ghost hurt you.
I like the idea of do you need to talk? Do you need to talk?
Put your phone back on the nightstand. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains till the bus comes to take you home.
Oh, hilarious. How...
The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. has been put to rest at the expense of unknown years of your life. The spectre of the night's events will linger over you for every day you have left. Grim reminder of the price you willingly paid for the crimes of a family you never met. Maybe it'll be easier in the morning. Maybe your joints will ache just a little less than they do now. Maybe you can still right the capsized ship of your now broken.
Okay. Hang on there, dude. You're not that broken.
Maybe things will only get worse from here.
Oof. Yeah. Willingly paid is quite evocative language.
Episode 4 awaits. If you'd like to save before continuing, please do so now.
Alrighty. So let's start on page 6.
Saving.
Alrighty, we've saved. Okay. Return. Alright, we've saved the honestly not creepy music. Oh, my elbow has kicked in. Here we go. Content warning reminder one more time. Spooky. Explore. Join the Discord. Explore. Follow us
Nicely
on Twitter.
done,
I like
folks.
that. Well done. Very well done. And by the way, they are totally worth a follow. For sure. Great team. Let us continue.
Note, the decision you made in episode 3 bears heavy visual consequences. Physical consequences, and a visual reminder of these consequences will follow you for the rest of the game. You can reduce the intensity of this visual reminder or remove it entirely at any point in the preferences.
I like the idea of reducing it a bit. Settings. Preferences. Visual overlay intensity. We're going to go with reduced. I don't want it to disappear, but I want it to be reduced, I think. Yeah, this game has really good, healthy boundaries, which I like. There's a lot of stuff.
This is pretty much the poster child for how you do this level of interaction. They do really, really good work.
Because it's a fantastic job of there definitely being consequences for decisions and actions, but you get to kind of manipulate the intensity and frequency with which you interact with those consequences, which I really think is a great idea. Would you like to see recap before starting episode 4? You betcha!
That would be useful.
Oh, let's have a full recap.
Previously, Kankan.
We're going to do a full recap because we can.
The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides, with countless late-night stops in CD depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother, your aunt, Seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family.
Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out.
Afraid! Single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight, while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Come on, you, whatever your name is. Grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. God damn it.
I know.
Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she does not get into any more trouble.
Asking Stella to keep me out of trouble is ridiculous.
She's literally wearing a t-shirt that says, Mothman!
My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they are a terrible omen. A sign of great suffering and destruction to come. I want much more about Sybil this chapter, please. Also, I think that was a new t-shirt.
I think it was.
Make yourself at home. From now on, you're back at the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers.
Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. I'm gonna keep my ears open for you.
I like Avery.
Diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my text, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out here.
Narrator, she was getting into trouble out there. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now, anyways.
They, wait for the week don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask.
You're so weird, Wayne. Weird and creepy.
You're interrupted by a sudden movement out the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill.
She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as the secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people.
You pull out your phone and dial your cousin.
Which was the smartest thing I did in that chapter. What is it? I'm in a meeting. I Kid just snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know.
What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Also, why do you know about this? What the hell are you doing at my mines? Ugh, whatever. I'll head over there just as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I don't even know I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. Narrator voice. We did not listen.
My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want.
Correction. Your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even still has a job tomorrow morning. Yeah, I don't like it when Tabitha smiles. It's creepy.
My dad says our house is haunted.
Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. You turn to see Becca and Alexis gone, and Rosalina anxiously hovering in front of a small tunnel in the cavern wall. She freezes as you notice her. There is something in the darkness before you that is much louder. Though you don't hear it, you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator.
What do you think you're doing? Get away from there!
Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber.
Petra? Petra, are you alright?
You and Tabitha manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down.
Holy shit, you're okay! Thank God!
And everyone's accounted for. That was a surprisingly close call.
Could have all died in there. What did you weirdos do? Everything was fine until all you adults showed up. Becca, shut up.
Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. Collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the shore mine, you barely even notice the dust. And you close your eyes. You see the shadowy figures that gathered behind Stella in the mines. Your thoughts are drawn to the carving on the wall and to the visions it imparted upon you. There are two of them now.
What happened to your glass house?
Asshole squatter move in. Kick Dustin Mom out.
As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the pair of you two, impatiently tapping her foot.
Oh, Petra, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught on that. You two did right by those kids, though. What a blessing, everyone getting out of that situation all right.
Morning. Is the new blend ready? Oh yes, we need to come back to what the heck that is.
Yeah, why are you taking that? What do you
Of
mean fed?
course.
Petra, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute.
Oh no, I forgot about Bo! My heart!
Excuse me? Wait, you're Petra, aren't you? My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, Bo is such a sweetheart.
The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy.
Oh God, that's right. We didn't lie, did we?
Nope.
Oh gosh. And with that, breakfast is served. The dog mayor!
He's a dog.
Sorry. I'm too loud. He's a dog.
Not only is this mayor a dog, but judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, every mayor of Scarlet Hollow has also been a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There is a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to, and Gretchen fucking hates him.
Gretchen for mayor! Gretchen for mayor!
Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Petra? Everyone's been buzzing about you. I am so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open.
That's right. He's married to Janie, isn't he?
Because Janie's awesome, and he is also a human who lives in this town.
he's a little creepy Simon Pegg, yeah.
Little creepy man. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator.
Your mom is so scary.
She can be a little intense. She's kind of overprotective. I guess that makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week, while Petra is still in town.
We'll have to see how you're feeling.
You can handle a movie, dog.
Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick.
If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous.
Just a quick reminder about content warnings with Mom and, Reese here.
I'm an adult. For God's sake, I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends. Oh. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms.
Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix.
Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open.
Reese?
Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Hey, you're here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay.
Casual flex.
A gun show. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open.
Look at Kanika's
She's
face.
like, oh, come on. Even Gretchen's in full row.
Hold it. you're not taking my cousin along on any more of your little hijinks without me. You guys managed to get everyone. Yeah, we seem to have recruited absolutely
I believe
everybody.
we got an achievement called The Gang's All Here
Yeah,
for this
I
one.
think so too. Whoa.
This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in reddish brown.
I'm going for it.
I love how the look on Kanika's face is, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And this is where everything went wrong.
Wait. Do you hear music? Yeah. Guys, the animation's gonna kick in. It's gonna get a little surrealist.
Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention.
Stella?
There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resonant clearly doesn't want me.
Resonance.
It doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they?
Yeah, the sound effects in here were kind of like.
The sins of the father.
Are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit. It doesn't matter which. Bullshit! I hope. Oh, this is Sybil. I hope I didn't come too late.
You kind of did.
Yeah, well, you did. It wants something, doesn't it? And I think you know, which is you should volunteer. You must be joking.
You take a step towards the light.
Sybil is right here. Please don't do this.
You wordlessly step into the spotlight.
I'm so sorry, Petra. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay?
She hurries off down the road.
Before I go,
Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment.
I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight. And about what's happened to you, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. You swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon. You and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then.
You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and suddenly falling into bed. Suddenly you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. Before your thoughts can drift away to nightmarish recollections of hours past, your phone buzzes on the nightstand.
Hey, sorry I ran off earlier. Wound up in a really bad headspace. I care about you so much. So sorry you got hurt in there. Just need some time to get a handle on things. Sorry.
The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. has been put to rest at the expense of unknown years of your life. The spectre of the night's events will linger over you for every day you have left. A grim reminder of the price you willingly paid for the crimes of a family you never met.
Take it easy, JJ. Thanks for joining us.
Night, JJ.
And now, Chapter 4.
Maybe it'll be easier in the morning. Maybe your joints will ache just a little less than they do now. Maybe you can still right the capsized ship of your now broken life. Or maybe things will only get worse from here.
Make good choices.
Make good choices!
I'm glad we did the full recap.
Me too.
Yeah, that was very useful. All right, let's continue to make good choices, shall we?
Wake up. You open your eyes. It's a new day.
There are always good choices. There may not be good results, but there's always good choices you can make. I really appreciate there being a full recap as well.
And you feel like shit. You were hoping some of your strength would return to you after a good night's sleep, but you feel just as drained as when you dug yourself out of that shallow grave. Your limbs are heavy. Your heart struggles to keep up with your movements. You feel like you've lost something that was important to you.
I'm feeling very judged about getting old. I did what had to be done. I don't care what happens to me. I made the right decision and I'll do it again. What have I done? I hope this was worth it. This is great.
I can't wait to finally be dead.
Life is another day. I have no strong opinion. How can you have no strong opinions on what happened last night?
Lost minimum 10 years of my life. Meh.
I'm kind of in the
YOLO.
I'm not in the quite I don't care what happens to me, but I am in the I made the right decision and I'll do it again. I'm kind of in the I hope this was worth it, or I did what had to be done.
I think I did what had to be done.
That feels a little fatalistic.
I hope this was worth it.
Yeah, I hope this was worth it.
Maybe it was worth it. Who knows what would have happened had you left it behind to fester. Then again, who knows what will happen to you now that you have lost a part of yourself. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand.
Hey, just wanted to check in. Hope you're doing a little better. Also wanted to ask, have you heard from Stella? Oh no.
Check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. I actually really like to Stella disappear sometimes.
Well, we've got some explore options here. Let's try texting her.
Flat out honesty all the way down the line. Either send her the photo of a nervous puppet, or Kanika and I are worried. Where are you?
I'm not gonna say hey hot stuff. That's kind of like the nervous puppet idea.
Me too.
I'm gonna send the nervous puppet.
Send a photo of a shaking frog biting his nails. You wait for a few silent minutes. The message sits undelivered.
Ooh.
Paula.
Yeah. Hi, what's up? Haha, just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me. Technology, huh?
Oh, God.
Anyways, leave a message or don't. I never check this thing.
Oh, she has Archer's answering machine message.
The mailbox is full and The mailbox is full and cannot accept messages at this time. I like the does Stella disappear like this sometimes. Does Stella disappear like this sometimes? Kinda, but with everything going on, I don't feel comfortable letting her run off on her own. Look, I know we haven't exactly gotten along, but we should meet up in town and look for her together.
Looks like you have your morning plans in order.
Okay. We have many explore options. First thing we're gonna do is make sure that creepy doll is still where we left it.
You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit.
It also just looks like it's slumped over because there's a pile of crap in there.
But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone is in here. Someone was in here. Judging by the residue that was left behind, I'm pretty sure you know the culprit. That means he was in your room. But was he there while you were out the previous day? Or did he enter while you slept unawares just a few feet away?
Are we talking about Wayne?
Oh, I'm pretty certain he's also staying in the greenhouse.
Okay. Oh dear. Creepy.
Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Nope. Mm-mm.
Nope. Let's visit Dustin.
You open the drawers. They both have a bread now. Human is back. Smell old now.
Maybe changed mind about eating us. Could be the end of Dustin and Dustin Mom. Okay, so 2 explore options.
I would never eat you. I love you.
I would never eat you. I love you. Dustin Mom knows better than to trust. When push come to shove, survival more important than friendship.
Dustin Mom spent too much time outside. It's different outside. There's enough bread for everyone here. No need eat friends.
Dustin still have childhood innocence. Hope Dustin get to keep that innocence forever. I guess your glass house still has that squatter? Tried to reclaim glass house last night, but asshole squatter too big and strong. Dustin Mom stand no chance. Might have to live in Dustin house forever.
Human big and strong too. Probably more big and strong than asshole squatter.
Yeah, right? Maybe she got in a fight with Wayne.
You fight? Give Dustin Mom glass house back. I'm not accepting a quest from a possum.
Oh, come on. How can we betray Dustin? I'll do my best, but no promises. I'll do my best, but no promises. Squatter have sharp things on head. Human be careful, but Dustin Mom would be eternally grateful to human.
Dustin too.
All right, I should get going.
Okay.
Okay.
That's that.
That's that. I may regret this,
I'm just taking an old person shower.
but I need a shower.
You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day.
Until you remember the bathroom.
You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. Hot water soothes your aching joints. Despite the state of the bathroom, this shower is a good place.
Excellent.
As it rinses your body clean, you...
Think about the door in the clinic. Think about the specter of an early death that now... No, we're not going to... No. Think about the afterlife. It's undeniably real at this point, and what you've seen is terrifying. Think about Stella running off last night. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. She is not just sleeping in. Think about Duke and the image. No. Scrub feverishly trying to scrape the memories from your skin. No. Think about Sybil's warning. The worst is yet to come. Think about Wayne and whether you're ever truly alone. Think about someone special. Think about finally being out of this hellhole and safe in your own bed. I mean, that last one has a lot of appeal.
I'd go with Stella.
I mean, it seems the most kind of topical thing. Everything else is a little freaky. Alright, let's think about Stella running off last night.
Think about Stella running off last night. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and you dry yourself off.
Alright, head downstairs. I don't think there's anything else we can explore here.
It's time to face your cousin. I actually think it's more likely that it's time for Tabitha to face you.
Yes.
You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety.
I'm feeling like I'm gonna make a save. Okay. The music has got the intense but humorous undertone to it, so I'm not feeling like I'm gonna die. Yeah, well, Tabitha literally owes you life, so hopefully she might have chilled just a little bit. Let's see. They're striking this week of all weeks, as if I didn't have enough on my plate already.
Your cousin's posture is surprisingly relaxed for everything that's fallen on her plate lately. She must have something up her sleeve to deal with the miners.
Oh no, I don't like that. Oh, she looks like she's gonna do something capitalistic.
Become ungovernable.
Okay, lots of explore options. Okay. Let's start with the strike. Ooh, I have a keen eye option.
You seem unfazed, you seem tense, so that's why the ditchlings are here. They were predicting the strike. Usually I'm pro-union, but do you know what the strikers even want?
These are all explore options. My god, there's tons of them. Oof. Oh gosh, there's so many options. Let's start with one of the key eye ones. How are you feeling about the strike? She seems unfazed. So we should we go with this one?
Let's. I think we're done being coy with her. Yeah.
You seem unfazed by the strike. It's just a small group of miners causing trouble. It shouldn't be hard to put it down. Okay. More explore. Usually I'm pro-union. I want to say just give them what they want, but... Because I don't like the whole... Usually I'm pro-union, but... I don't like that. No use fighting the inevitable. We're not just going to say the gall or...
In this economy?
Right. Let's say, do you know what they even want? Do you know what the strikers even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just than usual. I promise you that if any one of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing an entirely different tune.
Cool, maybe do that.
There's a lot of Explorer options here. You probably should have seen this coming.
I think, yeah.
You probably should have seen this coming. Who's to say I didn't? It wasn't even really a question of if, just more a question of when. So she knows that? Forgive me if I didn't expect them to walk out a few days before my mother's funeral.
We're fine, by the way.
How are you, Tabitha? Jeez. Couldn't even wait until Pearl Ann was in the ground.
I actually quite like you're in a really difficult spot right now.
Yeah, you're in a really difficult spot right now. Gee, I hadn't noticed.
Or you could fuck off, Tabitha. You could do that.
Hopefully it'll all be over soon. I want to say usually I'm pro-union, but I don't like the but.
Me neither.
So that's why the ditchlings are here? They were predicting the strike? Those doughy things we saw in the library yesterday? Look, I get it. There's weird stuff happening right now, but let's not muddy something as mundane as a strike with the supernatural. They're two entirely different things. All right, now we're going to say. Usually I'm pro-union, but... Ooh, I don't like any of those. Eek.
2 of them are awful. Come on, your mom just died, can they not? Is okay.
Yeah, that's the only one I'm going to take. Come on, your mom just died. Can they wait? Right? Let me at least get her in the ground first. But it's fine. I'm going to sort this out. I just need to keep things together long enough for the mind to get back on its feet. Then everyone will be happy and we can go back to normal.
Narrator, nothing will return to normal.
I see, this is my next option. Oh, folks, we got an ad break coming up here real quick. Let's see if we can get through this one. Because I want to do all these exploring things. If the mine's in trouble, you should just sell it and sell the estate and get out while you still can.
Tabitha bristles.
I'm not giving up like that. This is the SCARLET mine. I'm not going to cash out on our family's legacy. I'm bringing the mine back to life, one way or another. Ominous. I think you might have to pay someone to take the estate. Let's ask about Stella.
Yeah, let's do the Stella one.
You heard anything from Stella? I can't get a hold of her this morning. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. I'm sure she's just processing what happened last night. We weren't the only ones who were traumatized. God, she's a professional victim, isn't she? Yeah. But before we talk about what happened last night, let's take a quick ad break, okay? We're just going to do a little 2-minute thing. Everybody get up and stretch. Try not to hate Tabitha for, you know. Yeah, Tabitha got off the lightest of everybody there. I completely agree, Stitch. We'll be right back, folks, okay? Just 2 minutes. don't know. Tabitha seems worse. She just seems to be making everything about her and her victimhood. So this next little chunk of dialogue is going to be quite interesting. We get about
She must
45
do
seconds.
the worst YouTube apology videos. You know, like 15-minute long. I apologize with like the thumbnail is her going, and it's actually all about how hard she's had it.
Yeah, I can't really figure out what her deal is, or like how to get her to open up.
You're digging for the what the fuck is wrong with you dialogue option, basically.
Yeah, but I don't think she's going to be responsive to that is the problem. I think there's a lot more going on with Tabitha than has been revealed yet. I mean, she's obviously putting herself under a tremendous amount of pressure, but I'm looking for the Mass Effect option with her, right? What's the thing that's going to unlock her ability to actually talk about what's going on with her?
And ideally not the thing where you go, okay, Tabitha, just stand next to this nuclear weapon. We'll be right back. Yeah.
We'll see. All right. I think we're back from the ad break now, so let's talk about what happened last night. So ghosts are real. I still can't get over that. We should have left. Do you regret what happened to me? No, I don't. But she'll just turn it into. Ooh, getting rid of something our family left behind like that. I like that.
Open with that one.
Yeah, there we go. It feels good, doesn't it? Getting rid of something our family left behind like that. I can't believe you're saying that. Have you looked in a mirror? Wow.
That shuts off a lot of options.
Ooh, okay. She's all about the immediate, isn't she? So, ghosts are real. Still can't get over that. I can.
Have you looked in a mirror recently?
What does that actually change about anything? You're a Scarlet. You were probably gonna die young anyways. And I still have a mind to run.
Oh.
What the hell was that?
Oh, you turbo bitch.
You were probably going to die young anyways?
Oh, there'd better be context for that other than she's a monster.
I wonder if this has to do with the tea she's taking from Sybil. And and what we think are the drugs that are being given to Reese.
And
are they trying to stave off the family curse through
and the point that's
various methods
that has been made in the chat about how Tabitha brought you here? Here's a worrying question. Do we know how Mom died?
I don't think it's been disclosed yet. Okay, somebody knows something she's not sharing. I'm seeing a lot of wiggles. You should probably get going, right? Yeah. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks.
Good lord.
Did she bring you here to be a sacrificial lamb?
Good lord.
Good grief.
Holy shit, lady.
But let me know if you get in trouble, okay?
Sure, you'll be the 5th person we call. Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall. She marches away to face her employees. And to figure out the rest of your day. We gotta talk to Frou Frou, man.
Frou Frou's not gonna be up for it. Okay,
Yeah,
we are going to finish with investigating the garden because we have a spiky-headed thing to go fight for Dustin Mom. And I'm fueling up first. But first we will talk to Frou Frou. Starting to feel sorry for her, but you know what? No, just no. Yeah, come on, Tabitha, pull it out. All right, first we're going to talk to the cat. Then we're having a PB&J.
And then we're going in the garden.
Then we're going to go avenge Dustin Mom and get fighty. There we go. And for tonight, we'll see how far we get through. We may only get through talking to Frou Frou. Let's see.
You walk over to the cat. Ah, c'est toi. Qu'est-ce que tu veux maintenant? Wait, there's something different with you. Have the years finally caught up to you?
I made a deal with a ghost, so I'm old now.
Every day that we open our eyes, we are making a deal with life. All of us are stones on the shore, weathered a little more each day by the relentless tides of time.
Okay.
We will all be ground to dust by an uncaring universe, but that is the beauty of life.
Great.
I must do that line as Herzog briefly. We will all be ground to dust by an uncaring universe, but that is the beauty of life.
Okay. I didn't miss you last night. Let's ask. Sure. Do you know anything about the strange stone carvings that are apparently scattered all over town?
I am not here to be your commandant, your sham detective. Je suis un chat. I'm here to watch you flail about in the darkness. I'm not here to provide answers to whatever mysteries confound your feeble American mind.
Will you ever let me pet you?
And cut my fur in your disgusting human oils? No.
Alright, we'll nod respectfully.
You nod respectfully to Frou Frou. She scoffs, her tail twitching with annoyance, but you can sense she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she's getting used to you.
Bye, Frou Frou. Good talk.
She scoffs as you turn away. Okay, let's carb load.
Look at the sparkles!
If Stella's MIA, who knows when you get the chance to eat?
This is even more funny by the fact that my stomach is growling.
And who knows just how much a new affliction will affect your appetite. So you make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead.
Look at the sparklies! I'm gonna have a peanut butter jelly sandwich before I go to bed now.
And that's that. Let's do it. Let's investigate the garden.
Let's investigate the garden. It is a beautifully drawn PB&J, yes.
Wayne, you big mucus goblin, give the fucking possum their house back. Whatever kicked out Dustin's mom is in the garden right now. You'd better look into it before you head into town. The air is chilly today, the overcast sky hanging oppressively over the weed-choked flower beds.
Alright. Who is
I am
this?
not seeing ditchlings.
Who is this?
That is another possum.
I'm not currently. We got a look, mother and fawn children statue going on. A fountain, stairs. Here's the
greenhouse.
You're on a path. Ahead of you is a cabin. Yes. And things are moving, which makes me very nervous after the last time things moved. Time to investigate the greenhouse. But first, let's save! We will investigate the greenhouse. What? What? The fact that I saved? Or the fact that I need a PB&J? What did I do? What did I do, Wendy? Oh, I meant for Slay the Princess. Yes, that too. All right.
You start carefully picking your way through the underbrush.
There are theories. Slay the Princess is somehow connected to Scarlet Hollow. I can totally see that being the case.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Doesn't take much effort to find a path. Cuttings of prickly raspberry bushes and tangled vines litter the ground around the greenhouse.
A stomach. I see fence. I see vines.
That is a tiny greenhouse for a big house.
Well, yeah. You need a margarita emote, just in case. You can use the Alistair one and I'll feel chastised. There we go, Wendy. Talk to animals. The
glass house, one could say. step towards the door. That's a goat. It's sealed shut by a lock, and you catch a brief glimpse of a horned shadow through the ancient clouded glass. There is a goat.
There was a goat.
There's a goat in there.
There was a goat in the greenhouse.
Okay, Dustin Mom fist fighting a goat makes a lot more sense than Dustin Mom fist fighting Wayne.
I want that fan art. I want the goat versus Dustin Mom fan art, please. Kenai.
It was a goat.
It was a goat.
So this is Dustin Mom's squatter.
I can talk to the goat because we have both Kenai and talk to animals. Ooh, I'm about to make a new friend. Dustin Quest achievement unlocked. What's your name, little guy?
Goat.
What are you doing in the greenhouse, goat?
Hubert put me here. Can't complain. Pretty sweet digs, honestly. Stays nice and warm. Plenty of eats, too.
Did that human have a brown coat and big boots?
Coat like you what? Fur? Now brown fur, yellow fur, just on the top. Like all you humans got. Don't know what boots are. Can't help you there.
Where did you come from? Why is goat Cockney? Because Alistair. That's why. And because, you know, can't help you there in a Cockney accent is hilarious. Where did you come from, goat?
Farm. Used to live with other guys like me. Kind of miss them, but not that much. Don't got to share anymore.
Yes, someone blonde. Yellow fur on top. Bo, maybe? Bo is blonde. Tabitha's blonde.
Oh, has a farm too.
Bo has a farm. Yep. Why is he hiding this goat? Let's take a look at the lock.
You examine the lock. It looks sturdy. You'll need some tools if you're going to get this open. Maybe Stella or Kanika could lend a hand later.
Okay, I guess I'll leave you to it then.
See ya, or not. It's the wild world out there, innit? Oh, you have no idea how close you got to Northern Goat. No idea. You've investigated the garden. With Stella missing, it's best not to keep Kanika waiting for much longer.
Look at the other 8. We've got a better angle here. The rest of the garden. Wherever the little friend was is gone. There's something cherubim-y up here. That like the gate or something?
Is that the house cemetery by any chance? It looks cemetery-esque.
I'm really thinking that's the house cemetery. Yes. Yes, I am. But I don't see any ditchlings, and that makes me happy. All right, we're going to head into town.
Is this a good point to wrap up for the night?
Well, we're going to head into town and then probably find a place to wrap up, yes.
Time to head to town. Head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below, because your asshole cousin has
Didn't even
left
give
your
you a
old
line.
ass behind.
Didn't even give me a line. Cemetery goats as opposed to cemetery gates, yeah.
I don't like this at all. The birds sound different today, muffled like your ears are full of cotton. Dull sun shines down on the surrounding wilderness, seeming to wash the colour from the world. There is a ditchling dead ahead.
One,
there are
two,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5.
6. There are a whole bunch of ditchlings,
Oh.
and they're all watching me
God
walk
fucking
down
damn
the
it.
road, and I don't like it. Nope, 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 nope. We suspect Tabitha might want to sacrifice us, and then there's a goat, a sacrificial traditional animal, brought into her greenhouse, right? Look at them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots.
Some lots many.
Lots, lots, lots.
But you're adjusting. Already your body is starting to accept the change that has come over it. To accept that this is just how things will be from here on out. Glimpses of pale figures dot your periphery. You haven't seen ditchlings in the middle of the day before. They're getting bolder. To your surprise, you find a familiar face making its way up the path towards you.
Thank goodness.
Hey, I was just coming to see you. Hope you're able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. They don't say anything about your appearance, but you can see them take you in, the light of day revealing your new features clearly for the first time. You doing okay?
I don't regret it. Aging like this isn't too bad. I'll manage. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Nah. You know what? It's not too bad. I'll manage. You know, aging like this isn't too bad. I'll manage just fine.
Grey streak is pretty cool. Had some sophistication to your look. That ghost was trying to punish you, but I think it wound up doing you a favor. You sweet, sweet human.
Oh, okay, there's an explore flirt. There's an explore Keener. Are you really still feeling chill after everything that happened last night?
Avery is extremely flirting.
Yeah, I'm really kind of feeling like a flirt might be... I think a flirt might be in order.
I think a float or a... Are you still this cool?
I kind of like the keen eye option as well. Are you really still feeling chill after everything that happened last night?
I'd be lying if I said last night didn't have an impact. I kind of feel bruised all over, physically and spiritually, but hey, that's part of life, right? Nobody makes it to the end completely unscathed. And I'm kind of thrilled that my new emotional baggage came from a ghost instead of some boring normal trauma.
That is a mood. Well done, Avery. Let's ask them how they're doing. Are you doing okay after last night?
I'm great. With something like possession, I kind of feel like there are more upsides than downsides. That is an interesting frame of mind, my friend. There aren't a lot of people out there who can say they've been through something like that. Pretty cool badge of honor, as far as I'm concerned.
Have you ever heard anything from Stella?
I haven't heard from her, but we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that does not sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable.
Oh, let's invite them to come with us. Kanika and I are going to meet up and look for Stella. You want to come?
Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, the diner is hopping. Absolutely packed with miners.
Oh, boy.
They must be using it as home base for the strike.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that, though. I have to imagine Tabitha would have told you this morning.
I'm gonna do a flirt. I'm sorry. It may be the last thing before we go. There are ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daytime.
Avery turns to survey the tree line. I noticed a few on my way up. They're kind of funny now that I'm getting a good look at them. They're scrunched up little Shar-Pei faces. So, should I be worried about these things? I know they're a bad omen or something, but like, are they dangerous? They're not going to eat me if I take a wrong turn, right?
I like this answer. I'd rather not find out. Does anyone in town have a flamethrower?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Julius had one laying around. Hopefully we won't have to ask him for it. I'm not that worried. Yeah.
Okay. We do a flirt. You were coming up to see me? That's sweet.
What can I say? I'm someone who knows what they want.
Good flirt.
I would have walked up here at the crack of dawn, but I figured I should let you sleep at least a little longer. Though not too much longer. Had to make sure you didn't go running off into trouble. Not without me.
Let's head to town.
That is the point where giggle fan self is officially a
Yes.
viable option.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, good idea. You and Avery start down the path to town. It isn't long until you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow.
And that is an excellent place to straw. Are we positing a quantum of chill in this town? Wink? They wink at the Petra jail for Avery, right? Okay.
So Kanika has another fiercely good outfit.
I mean, really, look at that. Just
Combat boots, leggings, like an overskirt thing going on. I'm digging all of it.
So is it Tabitha who's put the goat in the greenhouse, or is it Bo, do we think?
Tabitha would have said, Tabitha has no chill. Tabitha would have said, don't go to the greenhouse. I'm not saying why.
Yeah, I gotta love that this game is simultaneously an earnest dating simulator as well as a chilling supernatural psychological horror, right?
It's also one of the
both.
most...
It can
one
totally
of the,
be both.
It's also one of the most realistic responses I've seen. That Avery looks at this huge life-changing epochal paradigm shift of an event and goes, wow, that's a lot. I want chips.
Right? Fair. I mean, it does make sense. Bo, well, wouldn't have any reason
Unless he blames Tabitha for his dad's death.
or unless Tabitha bought it from Bo and Bo brought it to her.
Or unless he's worried the goat's going to eat the prize pumpkin. Because don't forget, we don't just have the dog politics plotline I desperately want. We have the pumpkin contest
I
plotline.
forgot about the podcast. This could get very complicated.
Also, who is Julius?
What do you mean?
Avery specifically referenced Julius. He said Julius might have a flamethrower.
I don't think we've met anybody named
I
Julius.
do not think we've met Julius yet, either. Because he's not Deputy Asshole or Deputy Thin Blue Line. He's not any of the miners.
Julius
Bo's
is Bo's
cousin and neighbor.
Oh, he's the pumpkin rival.
Okay, if we get so what is Reese's deal, the dog politics and the pumpkin plot, I'll be
Pumpkin
very
neighbor
happy.
plot, right? That sounds like a lot. Okay, everybody, we're going to take just a very short break, like 2-3 minutes, because I need some more water. And then we'll do some shenanigans, although we don't need a terrible amount of drugs tonight, which is good. Excuse me. We're going to take a quick break. Oh, I made you yawn. I made you do it. Ha 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 ha. And we will be right back. But now we just got the microphone in the way this time. Go.
Okay.
There we go.
Welcome back.
Hey, we were just theorizing about Reese and Tabitha's tea habit.
Good spot, Rebecca. So the creepypasta is blonde. And Mrs.
So who?
The creepypasta.
Pastor.
I'm sorry.
You said creepypasta.
Pastor.
You said creepypasta, like the story.
The creepy priest.
Priest.
The creepy priest.
It's kind of
As
blonde.
yep. Rebecca has pointed out, is blonde. His wife has access to the grounds.
Okay. That takes a very dark turn if the priest is hiding a goat in your property.
It is a little wouldst thou like to live deliciously, isn't it?
I've been resisting that pun in the recap. Don't know. There are too many candidates.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, he's a goat. Why would he know? You know. All right, we've got a short little shenanigan for tonight, just to kind of clear our palate, and then we'll do kind of a quick recap. Don't you stick in your.
Oh! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is this like a yunta?
It's his
Is it?
fault.
Okay, I see how it is. And on my birthday.
Really? You went full Hardison?
Yeah, I went full Hardison.
Okay. For the horde. Anyway, we have a fun little Tumblr post for tonight. Do you want to kick it off?
I'll kick it off.
You want to scoot up towards the mic a little bit more? Ouch!
You know, I honestly feel like birders are so underutilized in murder mysteries and crime dramas. They are everywhere. They are always looking. They are in the woods. They are in the parks. They are on the land and on the sea. They are peering into the garbage dump with a pair of binoculars. They are trespassing on private property. They are in the woods listening for owls. They are the eternal witness.
What is this, a Magnus statement? Murder mystery in which a bird watcher was on the scene and can tell the detective exactly what they saw. It was birds. Good.
Yes, they'd be happy to let you make a copy of their SD card. They're sorry the photos are so out of focus and small. It is a huge HD shot of a man striking the victim in the forehead with a pickaxe. The murderer's face is clearly visible.
Yes, see that little brown blur in the top right-hand corner? That's all they got. They've been trying to find and photograph that bird for 10 years, and just as they were taking the shot, there was a sudden high-pitched noise and it flew away.
Birdwatcher. Goddamn criminals scaring away the birds with their loud crimes.
I've seen episodes of Law and Order where they interview birders.
Nobody on this site has read the Westingame, I guess.
This is the plot point in a Poirot episode.
Note to self, watch Poirot.
Midsummer Murders had a birding episode. You'll do well to find this trope in many English countryside murder mystery series.
Never trust the dog walkers. They're always the ones that find the bodies.
Bird watching was used in 2 Murder, She Wrote episodes over 12 seasons.
That's how criminally underutilized it is.
One of the best Vera episodes, honestly.
An episode of Psych used birdwatching.
Higurashi, When They Cry.
I would prefer the birders to be murdered, working title, A Murder of Birders. The possible motives vary from competitive twitching gone wrong to birders saw something they shouldn't and was blackmailing a murderer to fund their next trip to see their favourite birds of Africa.
I initially misread that as binders and quickly became very confused. Lol.
LMAO Yellow Octopus. I did that in video games. I got killed by bandits in Skyrim because I was distracted by the humour inherent in there being downy woodpeckers and cardinals there. Are we in Ohio?
That's hilarious. The one that gets me are more like movies set in the eastern U.S. have western gulls on the beaches, or a show in November in Indiana has common loons calling in a forest. I can't intermention shenanigans. Please don't expect me to buy first a Wisconsin state record Herman's gull.
If I remember, there was a birdwatcher in one of the Nancy Drew games.
Birders for the sky and mushroomers for the ground.
Murdoch Mysteries is a whole recurring thing with insufferable, affectionate birdwatcher characters.
Agatha Christie.
Enemy of the State with Will Smith.
Birders have superpowers.
I somehow read this as Binders.
For a moment I read Binders and felt like I was walking into a completely different dimension.
It's funny I should mention Murder, She Wrote, because I had reason to do a little bit of research into that this week. I had completely forgotten.
Wendy says, I feel the need to point out there's actually a whole series by Stephen Burrows called The Murder
Mysteries.
About a detective who just wants to be a bird watcher, but these pesky murders keep getting in the way. If you guys have not read Eternity Station by Mur Lafferty, it's her new Mid-Solar Murder.
So good.
Yeah, very similar vibes.
Firstly, I was completely unaware that Murder, She Wrote ran for 12 seasons.
Wow.
Then I was completely unaware that they'd done a bunch of follow-up movies because CBS realized they'd screwed up and it was a ratings juggernaut they'd accidentally killed.
There were movies?
There's 5 of them. Oh, yeah.
5?
5.
Well, that goes on the Christmas list.
There is an episode in Ireland every season for the last few seasons because Angela Lansbury came from there and bought a house there and decided she'd really quite like to shoot in Ireland, if that's okay.
You love it.
And this is... Oh, there were spin-offs galore, multiple pilots for them, including one starring Bill Maher as a snarky asshole detective, and oddly enough, he was crap, so they didn't go ahead.
Kate Mulgrew is in a Murder, She Wrote episode as
And
well,
also-
as a romance novelist, I believe.
And also got a spin-off from Columbo as Mrs. Columbo. Kate Loves a Mystery. Ran for many seasons. Brilliantly, there are 2 Murder, She Wrote episodes where Angela Lansbury plays Emma McGill, Jessica Fletcher's Cockney showgirl cousin, who doesn't speak to Jessica and has to impersonate her on 2 occasions. Actually is mistaken for her on one and then must impersonate her for the other.
Of course.
So if you ever thought I was overly fond of my Cockney accent, there's precedent. And the successful spin-off that ran featured Jerry Orbach, who is obviously one of the launch actors for the Law & Order franchise, as Harry McGraw, a permanently down-at-heel private eye, whose series was, of course, called The Law and Harry McGraw.
Oh.
The thing which blew my mind about all of this, more than anything else, there is a series of Murder, She Wrote tie-in novels written by Jessica Fletcher, which is still going.
Still going?
There are 50 of them. One was released a couple of months ago.
Who are they actually written by?
There have been 3 mystery authors who have taken on the mantle.
It's, oh my gosh, it's like the predecessor of, what's his name? The writer who writes the very bad Love is Real romance novels.
Chuck Tingle.
Chuck Tingle. It is the predecessor of Chuck Tingle. The mantle of being Angela Lansbury.
I have not seen those, KB, and I should check them out. We have a friend who loves Murder, She Wrote purely and completely. Her husband made her a Jessica Fletcher advent calendar last year.
I do believe she got a statuette painted like Angela Lansbury this year. Absolutely amazing. Outpacing Castle, then 12 seasons, yeah.
12 seasons.
And Angela Lansbury was famous for specifically giving appearance roles to actors who were aging out of Hollywood and couldn't otherwise keep their benefits because they needed to work, and so she would give them walk-on roles.
Falk did something very similar on Columbo. They were widely regarded as just really solid, good people who had found that thing actors and creatives chase, where you have a solid role and it runs for a long time. So you open the door and you throw the ladder down to as many other people as you can get.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel better soon, Rebecca.
Yeah, have a good one. We're going to wrap up here as well because Wendy will turn into a pumpkin in 3 minutes. So, quick, where to find us this coming week?
We have the next issue of The Full Lid out on Friday. Then on Sunday, we are diving back into Darkside Detective for the high school reunion episode and Dooley's abusive ex-demon boyfriend.
Yeah, that sure seems to be what's going on there. It's called Class of the Titans. It is a high school reunion. It's already made several Breakfast Club jokes. It's adorable. We're very much
the soundtrack is just not Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds enough to avoid the lawsuit. It's great.
It's great.
So that will be Sunday. Then next Wednesday we'll be back here
with more Scarlet Hollow. That is correct.
Then we will look at the next couple of weeks and fill you in.
Yes, exactly. All right. I think that's everything.
That is fantastic.
Oh, we were going to talk about scheduling a little bit.
About when the off-season is going to hit.
Yeah, so we will be back next Wednesday for more Scarlet Hollow. And then the week after that, which my brain wants to say, today is the 7th. So yeah, 14th and the 21st. 14th we'll be doing Scarlet Hollow. On the 21st, it will be our last stream of the year on Wednesday night. And we're going to do something a little different. We are going to put some other people in front of the camera.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeedy. And we will have more details about that next week. We may also be starting a little early on the 21st, just to give us lots of time to enact the shenanigans that we are in the process of locking down. And then then
there will be holiday cheese.
Yeah, then there will be holiday sheets. Yes, then we'll be back on. Oh, help! I have to do math. Hang on.
I want to say January the 16th.
I just talked to Jenny about this. Hang on. We will be we'll be dark on the 28th and the 4th of January, and then we'll be back on Wednesday, the 11th of January, with more Scarlet Hollow. The plan. Sounds good. Okay.
Fantastic.
Just barely midnight. Sorry, Wendy. We're hurrying.
Wendy, go to bed immediately.
Fun. Right. Exactly. Thanks very much for joining us, everybody.
Thanks,
Have
everybody.
a good night. Don't go to sleep on nightmare fuel. At least now we know it's a goat and not Wayne.
Yes,
We think.
probably.
Why is the goat sticky? How did the goat get in the closet?
Questions for the ages.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, folks. I've been Alistair.
And I've been Marguerite.
And this has been fun. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night. Quick, push the button.